Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this webinar as we're going to be exploring the new Express IUL with Transamerica today. We've got Jeremiah is going to be joining us and going over this product with us. But before we get started, just a few things I want y'all to know about IAMS and just what we do to help you guys out there in the field with back-end support. I mean, that's just a corner foundation that we were founded on back in 1986 with Charles Hearing is our customer service. We definitely want to make sure you guys are, performing at your best and we're able to help with that. But first up, I would like to go over our new producer building bonus. I mean, this is a great way we like to show, we're a true partnership here. And so with the new producer bonus for our agents within the first 180 days of contracting with us, we give you incentives to write in business with us. We really want to show that value of how we're going to step in and be a true partnership. So as you can see on the screen here, the first $100,000 you produce with us, and this is FIA business, you're going to qualify for these incentives here. Then of course, the more you produce, the more you're going to qualify for. We'll build a website for you. If you hit the 250,000 level, you're like, yeah, I really want to have an online presence. We got a creative team here that's phenomenal, that step in, build that stuff out for y'all, which we'll discuss a little bit more later on. But our IAMS new business builder, we partner with a referral program. So we want to work with, agents a lot like yourself. And we all know in the industry, referrals are the best people to work with. It's a real easy handoff. It's already familiar there. But what we're going to do is give you a $50 one-time bonus. But where the real value comes in here is, as you can see, for Life Target, you're going to get 15 basis points on their production, which doesn't affect them at all. And this bonus is going to be paid out quarterly, as well as their index annuity, MIGA, and single premium life. So as they're producing right along with you, it's another way we like to say thank you, creating that partnership over here with us at IAMS. And I've personally witnessed Curtis, Chris, and Steve cut thousands of dollars worth of these referral bonuses here. And also, once again, really trying to push that value here, our marketing reimbursement. So as you're writing business, we're actually going to invest. We have a separate account for you to use for marketing. Now, we do recommend to use one of the marketing programs that we have here at IAMS. We do have 36 of them here available to you. So if you would like to go over these, explore them a little bit more, reach out to me or another life sales director. We can be contacted at 1-800-255-5055. And as you can see on the screen here, for Life Target, for every 10,000 in target premium hit, we're going to put $200 in that account. So you can really build a nice bucket that, if you want to use it for a seminar or leads or whatever, you can. And once again, just kind of hitting on that service part, our back office team does a really good job with keeping up with you guys' life cases and annuity cases. We're going to touch it, once every 72 hours. We're going to send out follow-ups where the case is, if there's any requirements. These guys work really hard to get you paid. So from submission to commission as fast as possible, keeping you, the advisor, up to date the entire time. And another resource we have that I highly recommend everybody checking out is our IAMS website. It's got our sales resource library. We record all of our webinars. So this one right here, if somebody happens to miss it or you want to come back and rewatch it at a later time, it's going to be recorded out there. Also, we're going to have our quote engine out there, online forms. We have underwriting guides, literally everything that we've put together over the course of, 30 years in one place for you guys. And also out there on our IAMS website is going to have our e-app solutions, which you can go out there, submit applications electronically. As you can see, there's Firelight, there's iPipeline, there's Luma. It's really easy. It's a single sign-on. Once you're there, just go to it, click on it, you're automatically entered. But with the e-app solutions, they've made it really easy to be able to get these things done in a timely manner. You're not missing anything. Everything that's going to be required is going to be highlighted in yellow. As long as the information is, filled out correctly there, you shouldn't have any issues of, hey, this needs to be corrected and sent out for like re-signatures. It's hard enough to sell the stuff the first time. Let's have them come back and do it again. And as I had mentioned earlier, our creative services, these guys do a fantastic job. I mean, I talked about building out a website. They're in the industry every day. They know what these agents are looking for, what drives clients to your web pages, what's catching, what clients respond to. And as you can see, turnkey solutions. We have handouts, brochures, flyers, digital solutions. We can run marketing campaigns for you. If you have questions about some of these campaigns, give us a call. It's 1-800-255-5055. We're happy to go over this with you, or get a meeting set up with our creative team to go over everything, and they're happy to display and showcase the work they've done for other agents. And just as I was saying, everything is tailor-made. We do a marketing analysis with all of our agents. Highly recommend getting one done if you haven't already done it. It's a great way just to really learn about your business, kind of where you're at, where you want to grow, and how we can step in and really help with that. I would say if you get a marketing analysis done, I would like to review it with you or another annuity or life sales director every 90 days. Let's make sure everything's on track, running the way it's supposed to. You're seeing the results that you would like to see. And if not, well, we've got to change something. And that sometimes that's part of it. But anyway, love to speak with any of you out there and get a market analysis done for you. Our IAMS Wealth division has been a great sector of growth for us, seeing a lot of traction here. And, as many financial products as you can have with one client, the business just gets stickier. So, I mean, if you're writing annuities, you're doing their wealth management, you have their life policies all set up in one place, it's very unlikely that they're going to go anywhere. I mean, they're going to be lifetime clients, and more than likely their children and family will come in and join on. If you'd like more information on this, I can get a call set up with you and Duncan or Charles over here, and they can talk about what's special about our wealth division, what comes along with it, and incentives of joining. And our Beachy King is our upcoming trip. As you can see, it's going to be March 22nd to the 25th, 26th, going to Cap Cana Resort. So it's for our top producers here with Athene. It's a great trip to get into. I mean, who doesn't love a free trip, right? I mean, yeah, you put in your time and effort, but you might as well reap the benefits of it. And also our top producer summit. As you can see, it's going to be later in the year in Utah. Once again, it's for some of our top producers here. Love to have you out. If you'd like to know where you stand in any of these trip qualifications, reach out to us. It's 1-800-255-5055. And it seems like we have a 2-time point trip qualifier right now to the end of December 31st. Yes, this business does need to go paid by then. It's a great way to double these points. I mean, legitimately, you could qualify, really easy with these double points right here. In our life and annuity academies, we're not having any through 2025. We will have some coming up in 2026. I'm assuming it's probably going to be late March, early April, but it's a great way to join in and speak with your peers out there in the industry. We bring in top advisors from the nation. They talk about, what's going on, what are they seeing, marketing trends, what's working, how they're positioning themselves with marketing, go over our wealth management. It's really, really great. And I'd, highly recommend everybody to try to make at least one of these. It's really beneficial to you guys that do make it. I see a lot of growth when advisors come out and join. And as always, follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook, as we're consistently posting relevant material that you can take and use as your own. But that's all I got from now, and I'm going to hand this over to Jeremiah.
All right. Well, thank you, Paul. I appreciate you having me on today. Exciting things you have going on. Let me share my screen here. You guys can all see what we have going on here at Transamerica. So today we have quite a shift in what Transamerica is doing as far as business these days. So a lot of instant decision products that are rolling out. More recently here, an IUL instant decision product that just rolled out probably a little over a month ago now is when this launched, and it's been exciting, right? We've had a lot of agents and folks and IMOs respond to us, letting us know how great the product is, how great the process is, and so Paul got a hold of me and wanted me to share that with you guys. So I'm looking forward to that today. I want to introduce myself a little bit. Again, as you see on your screen, my name is Jeremiah Tacker, the Regional VP for Transamerica. I have been in the industry for almost 20 years. I have done a lot of different things along with 2 stints with Transamerica in that 20 years. But with Transamerica, actually, it's been about 14 of those years. So I apologize, 2 stints in 14 years. In the middle of that, though, I was an agent in the field, just like yourselves that are listening. As a personal producer, did a lot of, I wouldn't say financial planning, but I worked with IULs. I worked with some simplified issue products, sold some annuities, some Medicare supplements, some ancillary products. I did a little bit of everything. My niche, though, was that fully underwritten simplified issue arena with the IULs and terms, and then added to the life business with some simplified issue and products like final expense as well. So a lot of experience in the industry, and excited to bring this product to your doorstep today. So sit back, relax, take some notes if you need to, have your pens and papers ready. I will share in the chat some links that you guys can go to and have access to review more on this product. But if you have questions, please go ahead and type in the chat or come off mute if you're able to. I'm not sure if you're able to, but if you are, come off mute, type in the chat, ask your questions. I definitely want you guys to leave here excited, knowledgeable, and eager to write this product. So with our financial foundation IUL II, or Express IUL, as you could call it, it is 100% instant decision. Guys, so we make this quick, fast, easy, and convenient for you and your client to do this type of business, right? I will share a little bit more on that process here in a little bit. Pin to sign as well. So we make it super easy and convenient for your clients to sign this. So, and I'll walk through this a little bit more, but it's a 6-digit code. So you're going to text through the system your client a 6-digit code, or the system will. Sorry, you're not going to personally do it, but once you confirm some things, you'll send the documents. So our system will send a text message to the client with the code. They will need to open that text message up, read that code to you, and you'll be able to type it in and sign for your clients. That's how easy we make it. So essentially, if your client can find the text message, open it up, and read you 6 digits, we can get this signed. These slides were just updated recently. So in the last week, we actually launched juvenile rate. So ages are a little different now. So we actually go 0 to 60, not 18 to 60. So age 0 to 60, minimum 50,000, maximum 500,000 or $500,000. And then 61 to 70, minimum 50,000, maximum 300,000. So we will cover anybody from age 0 to age 70 on this. Okay, there are a few other carriers that have products essentially like this that are competitors of ours. A couple of differences in there. One, we are the only one that offers juvenile rates, which has been huge. And feedback we've gotten has been insurmountable. We are getting a ton of juvenile business on this. Even the last week we've launched, because we're the only carrier that has a product like this with juvenile rates. We are also one of 2 carriers that go up to $500,000 on a product like this. And the way we look at things, and a lot of you guys out here, it sounds like with the carriers that you're doing trips with and things, you guys are in that, that fully underwritten, simplified issue. Maybe this isn't your niche, but this is something that you can turn to, especially when I show you some of the rest of the slide and the next slide of what you're going to get on this product. But you're familiar with the IULs is what I'm getting at. And you guys know that there's target premium and there's excess premium, right? Target premium, you get full comp on. Excess premium, you're going to get a very minute comp, if anything, on that, right? Well, I will tell you one, Transamerica is very competitive premium-wise in this product. Actually, we're probably the top, I think we're the top carrier premium-wise on this. So affordability for your clients is there. However, we pay the most in target premium. So that's awesome. So when you're, just kind of give you an example, if you're comparing Transamerica and XYZ carrier, let's say both carriers have for your client $100 a month premium, $1,200 a year. Okay, keeping the math simple for everyone, myself included. So the way they look at that is, right, $1,200 in premium, that's what we're going to pay a year. That's what you get commission on, right? Some of that's going to be classified as target premium, which is what the client needs to pay basically for the product. Anything above that target is considered excess. So when you look at us compared to XYZ carrier, you say XYZ carrier of the $1,200 premium, they may say, and this is completely an example, they may say $600 of that $1,200 is target. The other $600 is excess. So that means you're only getting $600 or full comp on that $600 target premium. The rest is going to be a lower commission at that on the excess premium. Okay, where Transamerica is saying, hey, of that $1,200, we're going to classify or say the client needs to pay $900 to fund this policy. So that would be target premium of $900 and excess of only $300. Okay, that means you're getting full comp on $900 instead of the $600 with XYZ carrier. So kind of get what I'm saying there, right? We have competitive premiums, the top premium out there, and we have higher targets for you guys, which means obviously more commission in your pockets, which is not always the way to sell, but I'm not selling it on that. I'm letting you know that's a benefit of what you get for selling a great product like this to your clients, providing them with the service. To make it easy for you guys and your clients, we have 3 easy solves. We have the maximize protection, we have the target solve, and we have the maximize cash value. So we cover 99.9% what your clients would want to do with this policy, right? Maximize protection. Example would be like a client that's looking at maybe a whole life, traditional whole life product that is way over their budget, right? And then you try to maybe transition them, maybe you don't, maybe due to a final expense that might fit in their budget, but now the face amount's not enough. This is a great product for something in between like that. That can give them a nice death benefit, competitive premium, and even provide for some cash value at retirement. Target solve, again, if you have that young individual, that 20-year-old that's just starting out in the world, 22-year-old just graduated college, doesn't have very much money, make a minimum wage somewhere, can maybe do $100 a month or something, right? So that's your type of client for that target solve, right? Or anybody that can afford that minimum, right? Because you never want to do the minimum no lapse premium. That's a no-no in the IUL world. Target solve is the bare minimum that I would do, right? So target solve would be somebody like in that situation. Doesn't have a lot of money, but wants to set up something, thinking about their future, wants to set something up and say, I can pay this much with the potential to pay more down the road as I grow in my career and make more money or whatever. But let me get something started. Then you have your maximized cash value, right? Those clients that are maybe a little older or they're younger that came into a lot of money that really just want to fund and overfund a policy like this to set themselves up for retirement. And I will go through that process, and I will actually jump on the portal here and show you a live illustration demonstration as well. Living benefits are on this product. We have all 3. What I would say is, guys, just because they're offered doesn't mean the client gets approved. So in the approval process, I'll show you when I go through the app, and at the end with our policy promise page, we share what riders were actually approved on this. So you will need to look those over and make sure that you're communicating with your client correctly on what riders they have. By the way, living benefits, California, I'm sorry if you're on here from California, living benefits aren't available yet, so the product's not available yet in California, but it is filed. Once those are approved, those will be coming. We do have what's called an Everest Funeral Planning Concierge Service. So it's a funeral planning guide service or a rider that's built into this product on a $250,000 face amount and above. And you know, it's on our final expense policy as well. And I will tell you guys that clients absolutely love a service like this, right? To know that somebody's going to guide and support their beneficiaries through this most difficult time. Right, and they offer a ton of services. I don't have time on this call to really go through all of them, but guys, you know, even what we've seen, right, persistency on these products is better even than our other final expense. I hear from clients all the time that this was not just this, but this was one of the bullet points that really closed the sale for them. So this Everest rider is a huge factor. It is only available on Transamerica products. So it's 100% ours. We don't own a third-party company. They only are exclusive to us, is what I'm trying to say, right? So it's on there. Nobody else is going to have this. The service is top-notch, and I think you'll enjoy it. If you want more information, you can reach out to me, my team, and we can discuss more of that. And on this, guys, I will tell you, across our competitors, we have other competitors like this with this product with the index accounts. They only provide the S&P. We do not. We actually have 5 different index accounts, and I want to talk about those right now. So as you can see here, we have just a basic company account as well. That's not factored on this bullet point, but these 3, the basic S&P, the S&P, the global, and the balance uncapped. Now, I will tell you guys that the balance uncapped is probably one of the best that I've ever seen. Best index accounts I've ever seen. And I'll tell you why. One, it's 113% par rate. Okay. No ceiling. There's no cap on the ceiling. So you guys understand that, right? When you're dealing with, any of these other carriers and their caps are 10 or 12%, but you have an index that, you're not in the market, but an average of how the market's performing, and that average is above that 10, 12%, you're missing out. Your client's missing the boat on earnings and cash growth potential that could potentially be there, especially with someone like Transamerica. Because if it's running an average of 20 and you have an account with them that's only earning a max cap of 10, that means they're missing out on 10% of earnings, right? Where with Transamerica, we do not have a cap. That means they're going to get all 20% of that average, right? Their full potential of earnings is possible in this product. Plus, we have a floor. We have a net on the floor, a safety net on the floor to catch them, right? So the market does crash, they're still earning 0.75%, which is the highest out there, right? That's the highest minimum out there. 0.75%. No matter where the market's at and how hard it crashes, you're still earning 0.75%. So that is a huge, huge index account that we are able to get on this product, which is a big differentiator because our other competitors do not have something like that. Even on some of your simplified issue and fully underwritten products don't even have an index account like that. By the way, that index account includes the S&P, the Fidelity, and the Nikkei. So three really solid accounts for you guys. Just going back, you guys know we still do have a fully underwritten and simplified issue IUL, right? So that's where you can write your I-10 clients, your foreign national clients, or do any 1035 exchanges. Unfortunately, on this product here, this instant decision, we do not take those. We will take U.S. citizens and green card holders only, and we do not allow 1035 exchanges. And this is not available in New York, by the way. Death benefit that's graded. I want to touch on that a little bit because I highly doubt you guys do much final expense. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that, but I do want to share with you kind of what that graded death benefit means. Let me find my shot of this. So stick with me here. So what that graded death benefit means is the graded death benefit means it's an increasing death benefit to age 70. At 71, the original death benefit starts decreasing by 4%. Again, the original death benefit starts decreasing by 4% a year through age 90. Often in illustrations, it continues to show growth, but that's due to the policy value growing. But the core death benefit starts to drop by 4%. It's a great way to illustrate higher maximum premiums and to reduce COIs. Okay, so I wanted to kind of explain that a little bit because it's kind of a different death benefit rating on there, but that's kind of how that works. I think there's some potential with some clients that maybe you're working with that might fit into this. So that's the overview of the product. I'm going to skip this stuff because I'm going to go out to the portal and go into the illustration software. I want to walk you through how easy this app is, guys, and how simple. Okay. Now, if you're doing it in person or virtual, we're going to look at the virtual method. The in-person method is super simple, right? You're just following what's on the screen, reading, checking the boxes, and then at the end, you'll flip it over to them to have them sign, right? And it's a touch sign or a click sign. It isn't a draw your name. It's a click or touch sign, depending on if you have a touch screen or not. But we'll talk about the virtual method here as far as the signature. So in person and virtual, the process is the same, okay? The application process is the same. It's the signature method that I explained is a little bit different. So when you get into this, it's application part one. You're going to do the client information, health information, and lifestyle information. Now you guys know this from majority of the business you write, it looks like that this is still, IUL underwritten, right? This is IUL factored in on underwriting, right? This is not, some lollygag underwriting. This is true IUL underwriting. We're looking for healthy to maybe slightly unhealthy. This goes down to like a rough table B, but it's rough, guys. It's tough to get them in. Even these first two questions here, if you check any of those boxes, those are knockout questions. But again, we understand this is a longevity product, right? You want your healthy folks in here, right? Or slightly unhealthy that are going to live hopefully a full life, right? You want those types of clients. But in the application part one, you're getting client health and lifestyle information. Once you're done getting those, and this is a 15-minute application. So this is probably going to take you less than 5 minutes to get. Okay, so in total, 15-minute application. This takes you maybe 5 minutes. Once you're done with that, you go to sign. This is kind of what it looks like. So you can choose email or text. Either way, it's going to work the same, right? Choose text, they get a text. If you choose email, they get email. But text message, you want to confirm the phone number. Email, you confirm the email. You'd accept they want to receive text or emails. And you would read this script, hit I agree, and then confirm and send documents. When you click that, it's going to send them an email or text. Okay, they're actually going to get two emails or text messages, one with a link, one with a code. If you're doing the text message, it is always going to come from a 469 area code. Okay, so that you can let your clients know that. Again, the link is for them to review their documents that you've already completed. They do not have to click on that to move forward, nor do they have to click on it at all, honestly. They do need to find the text message or email that has the code. You need to read them this script, check the box, have them give you that 6-digit code, and then agree to sign the client documents. Okay, once you do that, then you as the agent would sign. And then you're approved or declined at that point. So here, if you're approved, then your riders and living benefits are going to show up down here. Okay, now if there isn't any listed, as you can see, all of them are listed here, but if the chronic or critical wouldn't be listed or critical wouldn't be listed, that means they don't have the critical illness rider. So you will need to review that with them, right? Because once you hit confirm coverage, you're going to start the application. or sorry, continue the application, not start it, continue the application. Okay, but if you do get declined, what's nice is we actually give you the reason why they were declined on the screen. So you're going to be able to see why they were declined. This helps in the fact that we give you two different declines. We give you a hard and a soft decline. The hard decline would mean that they're not available for this IUL Express, nor would they be available for our fully underwritten or simplified issue term or IUL products. However, you could pivot into our final expense if you wanted to, if the underwriting fits. So there's an option for you. On the soft decline, again, they would not be available for this IUL Express. However, they could still pivot into our simplified issue or fully underwritten term or IUL products if obviously the underwriting fits, or they can move into our FE Express or our final expense product as well. But let's go with the positive and say they got approved. You reviewed that with them. They're cool. Now it's application part 2, right? Where you answer some additional policy questions, beneficiary information, and payment information, right? So before getting this, they have coverage now. They are confirmed. They have a policy with Transamerica. Now you're just asking some additional policy questions, getting the beneficiary and banking. Now, this does draft the first premium immediately. Okay, so if you're doing this policy when banking hours are open, it will draft that before the end of the day. If you're doing it outside of banking hours, it will draft it first thing next morning. Now, if that doesn't fit the client's schedule, right, they need to have that first premium in there, but then they can set it up as a reoccurring payment schedule for their second draft and so on to fit more of a schedule, a payment schedule that they would like. Okay, and then once you're done with that, again, you sign as the agent, the client signs again, and then the application is completed. Now, the application packet would not be available for at least 24 to 48 hours. So what we developed is this policy packet. So you're going to get a screen that looks like this. You can download that PDF, get this policy promise page. Again, that tells you in the riders section which riders are available. This you can send to your client so they have something showing they have coverage. And then in 24 to 48 hours, they would be able to grab the electronic policy on their portal, client portal. You would also have access to it at that time on your agent portal. And I believe if they don't log into their portal for 20 days, I think what I just heard today is we send them out a physical policy packet. Just a couple things on the juveniles. So juveniles, the owner does have to be a parent. At this point, we are looking at expanding that down the road, but an owner would have to be the parent. They would have their own signature as well if you're doing a juvenile. The juvenile, again, you're going to complete the information for the parent that's going to receive the information to sign for them, like email and stuff would all be in the parent. As far as where you're sending it, again, if you're writing the juvenile, the insured is going to be the juvenile. Owner would need to be the parent, and anything where you're sending that information would need to be the parent's information, and they would need to do that signature piece of it. So as the owner. Also, if you're doing a third-party payer on some of these, more relevant with the final expense, really. But if you're doing a third-party payer option, again, you will have to do that same text to sign with the payer as well. Just be prepared for some of those things as they come up when you're going through that application. But guys, I didn't see any questions come through the chat. If not, I'm going to jump out into the portal. So I'm going to actually type that in here. If you have not been out to our portal ever, you can go out to secure.transamerica.com. If you click on that link I just put in the chat, you can go out there and register using your agent number with Transamerica as a financial professional or a corporation if you have a corporation. If you've already been out there, you can go out to log in, and I'm going to show you how to do that here in a second here. Let me get rid of this. So here, if you were new, you guys can still see my screen here. If you were new, you can go down here to create an account. That's where you can check as a financial professional or a corporation, fill in your agent number, complete the rest of the information, and it'll set you up with a username and password. Hey, if you've already been in or you forgot your username or password, it's down here. Otherwise, if you're like me and have a portal already, you can log in. And when you log in, it's going to show you a screen of about 10 tabs, so kind of overwhelming. But you want to go down to the second set of tabs, the very first one. As you can see, it's listed as the FE Express and IUL II Express online application. So again, you want to click the launch at the bottom of that specific tab. And if you do that, it brings you up into basically a screen where with the IUL, you can quote or write a new application. Okay, the pre-qualification is there for our final expense. That's where you can run a risk assessment on your client there. It's not available on the IUL. But what I would suggest is you just go to get quote. And when you do that, you're going to get a screen like this, and you can do a drop down to select the product. Again, got the FE Express out there. Excuse me, you have the Express IUL and the Juvenile. So again, this is our 18 to 70 IUL Express, and this is our Juvenile. So we're just going to go to the this one and select that. We're going to type in all the information here. Actually, we'll do this one. And then select our state and select your risk class here and hit continue. As you guys can see, it's going to take you right into the illustration. It's really nice. Whatever solve you pick here or anything you change is going to kind of mess with this snapshot. So you can see if you check target solve, it's going to, again, reset the snapshot here and show you kind of a graph of how this works. Or if you choose maximize cash value, it does the same thing. Again, it resets the snapshot, shows you how it works. We're just going to go with target solve here for this presentation. You can either solve for premium by putting in a face mount or solve for a face mount by putting in a premium. You can adjust the face mount just by doing this. Again, every time you do that, snapshot changes. You can customize these advanced options. So if you hit customize, you can change the premium mode, premium duration, the income, the death benefits, right? Once you're done choosing those, you can hit save changes. Once you do that, now you can customize the allocation. So again, like I said, the balance uncapped, but if you're unfamiliar with what that is and need some information, guys, we have a learn more tab. You need to explain this to your client. You can click on that. We actually share with you exactly what the index account looks like. If you need to know how it works, we have that for you. Also, we show the historical performance out there as well. So give you everything you need there. Again, you save changes to move forward. Again, so now you see what's available. So again, these are riders that are available to them. Doesn't mean they're going to get approved for them because we're just doing this without running through an application yet. But normally you set up the illustration before you run the application. So we do this. Now these are available. Again, when you get the approval, you'll see which ones are still there and which ones are actually they've been approved for, and you need to review that with them. When you go back up here, you can always run and download a full illustration if you need to. It does give you the amount of coverage, monthly plan premium, shows you the cumulative premium at age 65, what the cash surrender value would be at age 65, the guideline annual premium. I would ignore the monthly minimum no lapse premium, and also gives you a target premium. You can go here every 10 years and look at how the cumulative premium, income, cash surrender, and death benefit look. Right, and then when you're ready, you can start the application right from here. You make it super easy and convenient to do that. or you can save it if you need to come back to it later. So Paul, that is what I have for you today. I don't see any questions. Actually, one thing that I'll share before I let you take back over is this. I used to call them in the field a recruiting portal because they don't require any logins to get into them, right? So you can use this link. I'm going to share this link in the message here. You can use that link right now. Paul should have all this too. He can share all this in a nice email to follow this up if he'd like to, but you guys should have that link, have the access to the portal where you can register or log in. But this will give you agent guide, flyers, any presentations, trainings. You can watch some videos on this product, see some case studies, a lot of different things out here, some different flyers for this product as well. So a ton of different things out here that you can utilize. Again, whether you're recruiting agents, whether you just want to learn more, whatever it is, Paul can use this as a great feature for you to grow your business and learn more with Transamerica on your own time. So Paul, that is what I have for you today. I appreciate having me on. I don't see any questions coming in right now. Is there anything that I can answer for you, or anything that anybody wants to come off mute and share with me? Actually, I might see. Oh, sorry, I didn't click on the question tab. So I do see one from Jay Serrano. Does the insured have flexible premium options? As far as the premium set there, but once it becomes in force, then yes, there's, you can converse with our in-force team and pay more into it, do those types of things, right? As long as it's not above the guideline annual premium where you're turning it into a MEC and those things, right? They'll kind of walk you through. I mean, it can be if you want it to be, I suppose, but that's not a really high priority product or type of situation. So yeah, they can kind of work through what would be minimums, what would be maximums, what they can increase, what they can, yeah. So there's some flexible premium options. What age is juvenile? That's 0 to 17. So 18 we would consider an adult. So 0 to 17 is the juvenile. And how do you quote, Jay? I hope you were on and saw that, how you quoted for that product by getting out into our portal and seeing that. So Paul, I don't think we have any other questions. These have come through, but any questions from you that I can close us out on, or let you take over and go from there?
I think you did a really good job covering everything. I'm kind of scratching my head on something to try to come up with a great question, and I don't really have any. I mean, I assume once a policy is issued and they go ahead and collect that first premium, what's usually the turnaround time for agents receiving commissions? Is that paid out once a week, once every 2 weeks, or?
We have daily pay. I can't speak for the agents, but yeah, we have daily pay. So we do have advanced commissions. So that would receive those commissions in 24 to 48 hours. If you're on as earned commission, then that would be on a monthly basis. So we have both those pay methods, whichever one you're approved for, that's how it would work for you.
No, fantastic. And that's the only thing I can really think of. I really like the product. I know it's a great way to, end the year, if you're trying to get a little extra business in-house, get paid, get some commissions paid to you. And also, 2026 is right around the corner, it's a great way to start off the year, hit the ground running, get some policies, in-house on the books, and it's, fantastic start to a year, man. But I mean, that's all I got. I haven't seen any other questions come in. Fantastic job explaining this. And guys, if y'all have any questions for me, please reach out to me. It's 1-800-255-5055. I'll be circulating the links that Jeremiah shared with me. I'll just send them out in an email to everybody that wants to take a look at it. Jeremiah, thanks, man. I really appreciate you joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Have a blessed week, guys. If I don't talk to any of you, hope you have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So thanks, guys. Talk soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye.